with the idea of public sector and serving public sector.
Sure.
And then when I started studying business information technology, I got exposed to e-government when they just launched it. When I was in the executive council, 2007, 2008, there were like a very low-profile project called Digital City, with the leadership of His Excellency Mr. Ahmed Al to see how we can benefit of the trend, digital city trend, and make Dubai also one of these cities. And in 2013, His Highness launched Smart Government, which is having the government services available 24/7.
Okay.
So I said, then this is the right time to bring back again the digital city concept, but calling it a smart city, because smart city concept was just started to elaborate more globally. His Highness approved the concept, but he said, I don't want it to be IT-driven project. This should be a people-driven project. This should promote happiness and having technology only as an enabler for our city. And from there we started the journey. And by that time I was Assistant Director General of the Executive Office, and I led the task force behind this initiative. And for the last 2 years, this was my day and night task. And now I'm leading the office. It's always been like the happiness, and it will remain our main goal. People happiness is very dear objective for His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. That's why you can see the Ministry of Happiness, and like our entity is actually the mission, the vision is making Dubai the happiest city on earth. And from a smart perspective, we are taking the technology as the enablement tool that fuel innovation around happiness. So what we are doing is like we are enabling the city with many tools to make it more happier. Tools around managing and governing data by having a data law and Dubai data establishment, having a smart platform, which is again, this is a ICT project, but which will enable not only decision makers, but even individuals and private sector to get involved in their day-to-day tasks and become more aware of their own decisions. We've launched the Happiness Meter 2 years ago in 2014 by putting it on every interaction point for people in Dubai to say if they are happy or not, in a very simple methodology. And this dashboard is reported back to all decision makers in our city. And this is like a heat map for us to know how things are moving in our city. It doesn't mean that this is enough for us. What we are doing also, we are pulling all this data and embed it in our blueprint and also in our roadmap to know exactly what are the things that we need to implement, whether from environment or from mobility or from a governing perspective or from people, and you name it. So we are taking all this input from people and make sure that all our initiatives and projects to fulfill their needs. Today, any other city, if you go and see their agenda when it's come to a smart city, you will see a big silos. Each entity will work by itself, and they will have their own technology vendor that provides solution to answer their challenges. It's unifying everyone around the same vision that we want Dubai to be the happiest city. There is a role for government, but there is a role for private sector from industry perspective as an IT, so to enable the infrastructure for individual and academia. That's why collaboration is at the heart of our methodology when we go in implementing our agenda. We're the partner who understand that we want a business model that the partner will take risk with the city in implementing something new, like a smart platform for a whole city. We have a roadmap of 100 initiatives and 1,000 services. Yes, we have a lot of input to this roadmap, but also our partners are inputting to this roadmap. For instance, Emirates Airline with all their digital transformation agenda, the IFC, Telecom, Dubai Mall, or the Amar, the downtown Boulevard, plus the private sector also when it's come to health or education, all of them on board with us to add more to these to the roadmap. But also we are launching very soon, inshallah, a smart certification wherein we will start certifying private sector who are adding a lot to our agenda when it's come to smart or digital transformation. For instance, if you can see that Kareem and Fitcher, these are small entities in the private sector, grown here in Dubai, but they are adding a lot when it's come to smartness of the city today. Yeah. We want these kind of entities to come on board also with us to add value to the roadmap and to see all the components of the city become smart. One of the main things that you will start seeing from the platform once it is up and running is that from a government perspective, we will start to give this platform as a government as a platform, like a service as a platform, or platform as a service. So the government as a service platform will be available for the whole government, which will lead to a more efficient utilization of the resources of the government. When it comes to Smart Dubai, we have 4 main principles: efficient, seamless, safe, and impactful experience across the city. So whatever we are doing need to go through these principles and make sure that these principles are implemented when we implement these projects. And the platform is one of them. The platform will be the area where the data of Dubai will be published, whether it be open data, shared data, rich data, big data, with capability to do a lot of analytical studies and scenario planning and prediction around this data. The platform will aid the users with such capabilities. Yeah. So you need just to register and perform whatever you want. And
very efficient.
Yes. Again, when we started the dialogue about Smart Dubai, the first step we did was to benchmark, to see what other cities are doing. Yeah. We need to do our own framework or our own blueprint. And also because it is a technology-enabled project, this means we need to understand our infrastructure and what are the elements we need to design to make sure that our agenda is implemented well. We sat with all the major big ICT companies, the global one, and all of them, they will come with their own agenda. Each one of them will come with a set of functionality in their platform. That's why I said we decided to design our own blueprint. It took us almost 2 years to design the blueprint, and alhamdulillah, we took it to different international platforms to test the idea, and everyone was like really taking it on board, and now they are redesigning their own blueprint. Because previously, when you go to any city, and you ask what is your blueprint, they say, okay, this is a Cisco blueprint, or this is an IBM blueprint, or this is a Microsoft blueprint. Wherein in Dubai, we are proud to say, no, this is Dubai blueprint. We've designed it from scratch for our own needs and our own challenges, making sure that happiness is at the heart and people are at the heart of this blueprint, and it's covered all the 4 principles: efficiency, seamless, safe, and impactful experience. Not only this, having this blueprint, like covering all the dimension of a smart city framework, which is mobility, environment, people, governance, living, which are covering education and health also. So we believe that it covers all aspects of life. His Highness said, I want Dubai to be the smartest and the happiest city. We know that there is a happiness index run by United Nations, but there isn't anything called Smart City Index.
Yeah.
With our initial, the first search, we found that there are different reports, not an index, talking about smart cities. Some of them led by ICT companies see Vienna is the smartest city. Others sees New York or Barcelona, depend on the commissioner who commissioned that report. But nothing as an international body who can come and benchmark and put an index saying that these are the KPIs, all the elements that cities need to follow to make sure that they become a smart city. Internally, we develop our own KPIs, taking into consideration again the principles and the framework and the blueprint, having all the dimensions, environment, mobility, whatever, and also the smart ICT dimension. And we found out that ITU, which is a body under the United Nations, it is International Telecommunications Union, I'm sure you know them, who are already now more than 150 years. They exist, and we found that there is a focus group talking about smart cities, because ISO, they have a standard for sustainable city, and smart is one dimension of that standard. In ITU, they were still in their initial stage, so we thought that let us work with them and influence their decision in taking smart cities by itself as an index. And alhamdulillah, they signed with us an MOU last year, May 2015, to take Dubai as the first piloted city to implement KPIs. So they took our KPIs, they studied it well, and they found that yes, these are the KPIs they believe that other cities can comply on it also. So we finished the first phase with them. Hopefully by end of April, early May, they will announce the result, because there are other cities also implementing those KPIs. And we are looking forward that by the next year, they will announce an index. You know, working with the United Nations, they take a long term to develop an index. It takes years. Yeah. And we are working with them to expedite that period. So hopefully 2017 or 2018, we can have a smart city index, a global index. Having the Dubai data law launched last year in November, the smart platform, we signed the MOU just a few weeks ago. We have I always call it the beta version of a personal dashboard, the Dubai Now. Yeah. This was the initial step from our team to design a platform wherein all the services of the city are allocated in one place. Okay. We started with only government entities, wherein you as an individual, you can sign in with one username and password, and do all your transaction in the government and do the payment once, all in one place. And now the team added other private sector, where now you can pay also your telecom bills in that platform, and looking forward to bring more from private sector services to be hosted in the Dubai Now. We are preparing a guideline for them so that they can design a micro application to be hooked to the Dubai Now. But what we are looking forward as a second version for Dubai Now is that to give the individuals the freedom to design their own services that they want to look into it on a daily basis. And by having a platform, this will allow us to reach to that level, actually. Yeah. We just complete the first phase, wherein we've opened 8 entities in the government, their data, and we classify it and make sure that there's a quality data. And by June, we will publish it in a 3D visualized platform, just to give this kind of feeling, how can data, open data can look like, and what we can benefit from it. Don't forget that this is something new in this region, opening government data and allowing others to interact with data instead of a service. Later on, you will not interact with a service. Government will not provide service, government will provide data, and we will open a new industry wherein entrepreneurs and startups will start designing services on top of the government data. So hopefully by mid of this year we can see this pilot, and by the end of the year, once the platform is up and running and we are start to push more data in it, and then we can see more benefit wherein, as I said, startup, entrepreneurs, researchers, investors will come on board and can decide how they can perform their business. One of the major challenges here in Smart Dubai is again the collaboration, even though that this was our model in implementing that project, but again, we are answering this challenge. I mean, in the structure of the office, we are having a full division called stakeholder management to manage the stakeholder in a collaborative way. One of the ideas we are implementing now is to design hubs for different industries, like logistic hub, tourism hub, trade hub, wherein we bring people from different disciplines, like from business, from private, from government, individuals, just to think loudly and brainstorm about what are the existing challenges they face in the city and how we can facilitate and enable solutions for them. So we know that this is a challenge and it will take us time just to bring everyone together to see the same picture that we want to see. I just want to say that we are eager to work with everyone here in the city to work collaboratively to make sure that we send this message that Dubai wants to be the happiest city and sustain it, not only having it as a record in one of the indexes, but having it lived here with every person, he feels it in his daily life.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.